Jeff Gelman and Joelle of Solid Canine Training welcome you to the What Would Jeff Do show. It's a Q&A show. We're streaming live on Rumble, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and different podcast platforms. All your favorite podcast platforms, just search for it. What Would Jeff Do? We'll pop up. Been doing this for 16 years, podcasting, training for two decades, over 2 decades, been training dogs. Most folks are struggling with behavioral issues. So if you're struggling with a behavioral issue with your dog, ask a question. This is a Q&A show where we'll give you an answer. Most dog trainers actually don't know how to stop unwanted behaviors. Therefore, if you have a family pet, which is what our market is, why are you hiring dog trainers that can't help you? You don't need a dog trainer to help teach obedience. That's simple. Your 6-year-old can do that. It's not very difficult to do. So make sure you find a trainer that actually stop unwanted behaviors. It's really important. They also work on the dog's state of mind. That's extremely important. So behavior modification and the dog's state of mind. Stopping unwanted behaviors. Those are the things you want to look for. Not certifications, not the tools. And then you want to see proof. I open every show with this because, again, people are continuing to struggle and to keep hiring the wrong people. Stop hiring dog trainers who can't stop unwanted behaviors. Stop hiring trainers that do fancy stuff with high drive dogs if you have a family pet dog. That's not going to be your dog, nor do you need that or want that. Do not be impressed with a family pet dog trainer with a Malinois in their promo video demoing their dog. Focus healing through Home Depot. Healing between the legs, swing finishing. That's not what you need. That doesn't mean they can help you. It's a separate world. Stop hiring sport dog trainers for your family pet. Stop hiring competition trainers for your family pet. There's a separate category, family pet dog trainers. Then in that category, 90% of them don't stop unwanted behaviors. Find the 10% that do. Then out of that 10%, ask for proof. Proof of results, which is done by video. Before, after, during, demonstrating. Not with their personal dogs, but with client dogs. Not just photos, those are worthless. Video. Not with personal dogs, client dogs. It's important that you learn as a consumer how to decipher the unethical practices of our industry. If you send your dog to a board and train, ask a couple of questions. Number one, how many sessions and how long is each session will my dog get over the course of the day? If my dog's not food motivated, do they still get a session? Why do I say this? There's many dog trainers out there that if your dog has no food drive, they don't get worked. It's common practice. Is my dog going to actually be trained in the real world or just in a center, a house, a garage? Or is it being trained actually in a store, in a park, at a parade, in a downtown area, in a public setting? Will my dog listen in those settings? Will my dog be proofed off of the things that it struggles with? My dog's leash reactive. Will it be around dogs that are also reactive so my dog can learn not to be reactive either? And does the owner, the trainer, have videos of past clients showing that exact thing? Any decent dog trainer should have a video, dozens of videos showing exactly what your dog is struggling with. Because your dog's not unique. And the training's not unique. Leash reactivity, most trainers have worked with thousands. They should have plenty of videos. Separation anxiety, thousands. There should be plenty of videos. Resource guarding, thousands, plenty of videos. If not, find one that does.
It's a red flag.
It's a red flag.
Most trainers should be able to show their work.
Right.
Anyway, we have lots of questions.
We do?
Yep.
Oh, cool. So go ahead and ask.
Shai said, good evening. Had another great session with August today. The goal is the Oregon coast off-leash beach days in a few months. There's always other dogs, but I believe they won't be a problem this time.
Good. Proud of you.
Awesome.
Good job, Shai.
Keep It Friendly said, not the tools, like the collars and leashes, etc. What were you talking about? Like tools don't train dogs? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, tools are tools. Just because someone uses a certain tool, that doesn't mean they're qualified. But of course, tools can be very important for you, but we train dogs mostly on slip leads. Of course, we use remote collars because they're fantastic tools, and you'll need the help, the owner. But that's not the deciding factor. The deciding factor is the results. But yes, if you're struggling with behavioral issues, tools are fantastic. And someone that doesn't use the tools, you, the owner, will struggle to duplicate the results. Also, at the go-home session, you should be holding the leash 90% of the time and the trainer 10% of the time. If the trainer demos the dog and that's the go-home session, run. It's too late. You've already paid. So find out beforehand. Your go-home session the trainer should be coaching you, not demoing the dog. They can do that with a video. They can do that before the go-home with a video. They can just take a video of them working the dog, send it to you, and then when you show up, work with you holding the leash, not them, with you.
At the end of the day, like the dog should not be equipment-wise.
Right.
Yes, tools are a way to make your training very clean and sharp, but at the end of the day, if the dog doesn't respect the owner, the dog doesn't respect the owner.
It's not going to listen.
Period. No tool is going to change that.
Likewise, if food is used at the go-home session, that's a red flag. Why? That's kindergarten. That's how we start the process. That's how we train this process for the first week. After that, get your dog off food. Even all of you, once your dog knows commands, get your dog off food. Food hides cracks. Of course, the dog is going to most likely listen for food. If it's a food-driven dog, that doesn't mean they're going to actually listen, though. Get the dog off food. Trainers that use food too long are not revealing the cracks in the training. They're hiding it. It's so important. It's so important. There's so much misrepresentation and misinformation in this industry. Next.
Mikey says, hi, Jeff. I was at your seminar in Chicago in 2021. Just wanted to say hello and ask what raw dog food you recommend. We
make our own. Not that it's complicated. So 80% protein, 10% organ, and 10% bone. So I don't know I'm not up to date on the pre-made stuff. There are companies that actually take real food and it's 80-10-10, meaning that it's all ground up. You can actually there's organ meat. Yeah, there's bone. Yeah, there's protein. So protein could be beef, which is expensive right now. Pork, chicken being the least expensive. Bone, chicken has bone, pork has bone. And then you can have kidney, spleen.
Liver is required. You actually have to do liver.
Yep. So we just do that. So it's 80-10-10.
Yasin says, how would you handle a Maltese that needs eye drops for dry eyes, but then becomes aggressive when you try to give the eye drops or put on the muzzle?
So like we would any breed of dog. Okay, we're experts at that protocol, by the way. We're experts in that protocol. That I've done hundreds of times, not thousands, but hundreds of times. Ear meds, eye meds, and then teeth issues. But teeth issues, you don't use a muzzle, but ear and eye are the best examples, as well as maybe putting lotion on the dog's nose, things like that, cutting dogs' nails. It's all sort of the same thing. So there's a couple of options you can do. Number one, you can start counter conditioning it, which takes time, but you can do it. Especially if it's going to be, if the dog's got permanent dry eyes and you always have to do it. If it's just an eye infection, you're going to do it for 2 weeks and then you're done. You can force the issue, but it's a Maltese. Force the muzzle on the dog. It's a Maltese. So grab the dog either by the collar from behind the head or just grab the scruff, take the muzzle, put it on the dog. Literally, put it on the dog. Let it try to bite you. It's okay. You're not going to get bit if you've got the muzzle. It's a Maltese. And then once it's the muzzle's on, I'll put the eye drops in. So we can do that, especially if it's something you got to do right away. Just force the muzzle on. Use a Baskerville muzzle, like they make size 0 and 1 Baskerville muzzles for small dogs. So not the fabric muzzle, that's harder to do that with, but the harder plastic muzzles, you just grab like this and grab the dog and part A and part B and connect them. It'll go on. Yeah, don't try to bribe the dog, baby the dog. Just it's a Maltese. Just make the dog do it. We do this with huge dogs. We do the exact same theory with big dogs, but a Maltese, that's easy. It's easy to do, and they don't have to like it. Tough shit. They won't have a negative association. Doesn't matter. Like all that nonsense. You're probably doing it for a medical issue. Therefore, you just force the issue. Next.
Two of a Kind said, "Is it true that dogs should not be allowed on the couch? My trainer told me it can cause behavioral issues. She's a Malinois."
So I sleep with my dog, and it's a Malinois, by the way. I spoon with my dog, but I can, because I can recognize any issues that might derive of that, such as this: resource guarding, leash reactivity, separation anxiety. Those are the 3 big ones. Resource guarding is going to be the big one.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the big one. So should your dog be on the couch? Is it resource guarding you? Does it guard you from a dog or a human? So if you're on the couch and the dog's on the couch and somebody approaches the couch, is there any negative behavior from the dog? And even pushiness. Is the dog trying to get between you? Even if it's trying to get you between you and another human, and it's like, oh, the dog's jealous. Like that's how a lot of that stuff starts. That would be a behavioral issue. But it could be also growling, lunging, barking. If you try to tell your dog to get off the couch, is there an objection? Can you push your dog right off the couch? Is there an objection? So it all depends on if you're a badass or not. And if you have a Malinois, you need to be a badass. Anybody that owns a Malinois has to be a dominant human being. That's a trigger word for a lot of people, but you need to be. You need to be. And anybody that has a well-trained and behaved Malinois is a dominant person. And if they deny it, they just don't know what dominance is. It's so important for folks to understand that. Most people with well-trained and behaved dogs are dominant people. Now, but it's a 5'1", 95-pound female. So what? What do you are you associating dominance with 6'5", loud and big? It's got nothing to do with it. Angelo is 88 pounds, 5'2". He's 13 and he's dominant. Dogs respect him. So dominance is not a male, female, large, deep voice, physical person. It's just a thing. And dogs recognize that instantly. They pick up on that real quick. They know who's weak and who's not. So if you've got a Malinois, number one, you want to make sure that dog is well behaved, not just trained. Mm-hmm. Not just trained. So behaved. So, if your dog has no training on it, or if you're beginning training, why is the dog on the couch? That's what I would ask. That doesn't mean it can't be, but your dog hasn't earned the right to be yet. And if it's a young dog, and say you're in your 20s or 30s, you're not in a relationship, or you are, but you don't have kids 10 years down the road, what's it going to look like? Like you have to think about in the future. You have to think about all this stuff. It's like, well, geez, when I get in a relationship and have kids, my dog's still going to be alive, and my dog is guarding the couch or guarding me. So there could be issues. There could be. But you could also have issues with your dog that never gets on the couch. But if your dog has issues, yes, get it off the couch. Next.
Let's see. Oh, Doggy Dojo said, I need to take way more videos, apparently.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to show the consumer your work, sure,
That's
absolutely.
what social media is for, really.
Just what's that person's name?
Oh, Doggy Dojo.
Yeah, Doggy Dojo. Just think about your last few big purchases, right? So we just had our pool cage redone, stripped, painted, and rescreened. I asked to see jobs that they did. Can I see some of your previous jobs? Of course. We just had our pool resurfaced. Not the pool, I'm sorry, the pool deck resurfaced. Cement company, can I see some jobs that you've redone? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's important for the consumer to see your body of work. Now, if you don't need that, if you have plenty of clients that you don't need that, then good for you. Then that's awesome. But hopefully you're aware that this industry is misleading lots of people. Hopefully you're aware of trainers are doing 15 to 30-minute go-home sessions after a boarding train. Hopefully you're aware that trainers are using food at go-homes when the dog should be trained. Now, that doesn't mean you can't use a tool, but that's a different category. I shouldn't have to still pay the dog to listen. I expect the dog to listen. And yeah, but there's a lot of, I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm one of the oldest working dog trainers in this industry. And I'm not bragging. I'm saying I've seen it all. I've seen a ton of trainers come, a ton of trainers go. I've seen a lot of unethics. It's really bad out there. There's a lot of lying going on out there. Everyone's focused on like tools. How about unethics? There's so much. It's out of control. Next.
Let's see. Mikey said, got it. Thank you. Avi said, but be sure to be careful with the liver. If you've had too much in the beginning for the dog and the dog's not used to it, you could have projectile poops. Yeah.
Yep.
True that.
Yeah.
You got to add that organ
meat.
Yeah.
Organ meat should be using a small
very
amount.
gradually.
Yeah. But there's also books on raw feeding. There's books. There's a great ebook that you can get on raw feeding. There's all kinds of Instagram pages. Just be careful with the ones that are vegetable heavy.
Yeah.
That's sort of like
it's
just
filler.
filler. It's just filler food.
Like a big bulky poop.
It's just filler food. Yeah. Your dogs are dogs. Dogs want to eat. They want meat. They want meat. Believe it or not. Next.
Shai said the force-free trainers have found me on TikTok and hate my e-collar recall.
That's fine.
Of course they do.
But still, but Shai, it's not e-collar recall.
Cry me a river.
It's called recall.
Right.
So
dogs only e-collar recalling if it blows you off.
Right. It's recall. So again, let them keep in mind, force-free trainers are scam artists. Okay, and I'll be more than happy to go toe to toe with a force-free trainer. It's no big deal. I'm not that impressed. Tell me where to meet you. We'll go to a shelter. We'll pick out a dog. Let's each spend 24 hours a week, whatever you want it to be. I've got a $25,000 bounty on a force-free trainer that can rehab a dog without using force. $25,000. So again, show videos of drivey dogs recalling, start to finish, and how you did it. That's all. Just ask them. Ask them to show you videos. All force-free trainers do is this. They don't show their work. They just tell you that you're doing it wrong. Always remember that. Mm-hmm. A force-free trainer doesn't actually train dogs. They just tell everybody else they're doing it wrong. Always remember that. Let them argue. Show proof. And if you can find a trainer that's force-free that rehabs something simple like leash reactivity, which is the number one thing we get hired for. It's a pretty simple thing with most dogs. It usually takes one session. Show how you stop that. Stop that. Again, social proof. We, again, had 2 go-homes today. Charlie went home, and then Rue went home. With Charlie went to a park with dogs. His owner walked him on a slip lead past barking dogs. We also showed Charlie's drop-off, which was out of control, and we showed Charlie's work. This is just the latest dog. We've got thousands of these videos out there. But again, we're showing social proof. So people can flap their gums as much as they want, but we had a dog that was out of control. When this owner, who's owned the dog for 8 years, when we would go outside and my dog would see a person, a dog, a horse, a squirrel, a car, a truck, my dog would out of control explode. That's the before. This is just one of thousands of dogs just like this. And then today, and by the way, we showed the video proof of the dog doing it with the owner. Then today, we showed the owner walking the dog around cars, trucks, people, no horses, squirrels, and the dog was doing great. And her words, "This is the best walk I've ever got. I never thought I can get there." Again, it's the same story with us for thousands of dogs. Angelo can walk this dog past dogs. Again, social proof, it's so important.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, demand social proof. So whoever was talking about you need to make more videos, if you want, it's important. Plus, there's also people out there that need lots and lots of help.
Mm-hmm.
And you can help them remotely. You can do remote training. You can come up with an online course. You can do online consulting. We do it all over the world. You can do that as well. So showing proof, showing your how-to, showing your methods, documenting it helps a lot of people. Force-free trainers, though, we're not going to put it on video because it's not fair. That's their thing. They'll come on and tell you how wrong you are, but ask them for video. Oh, we wouldn't do that. But meanwhile, they're commenting on your video. Again,
as if a dog would give two shits if it's on video.
Force-free trainers can't train dogs to any standard at all, meaning in the real world. They just can't. They'll say they can, but I've yet to see it. They're not proving their work. And by the way, most force-free trainers are using lots and lots and lots of force. They're just in denial. Next.
Let's see. Oh, Doggy Dojo said, nobody asked me, but if you try to put the eye drops in from the side of the eye, so the outer corner of the eye, it makes it much easier.
It's still, but when you have a biting dog, it doesn't matter. So,
anything.
So kudos for your help. Thank you. You have to remember, when you have a biting dog, it doesn't matter. You even move your hand towards it, it attacks you. We deal with dogs like that all the time. We just had a dog in for Chad, who shadowed with us last week, brought a huge Rottie in that had hand issues. Anytime the hand would be towards the head, the dog would snap. Boom. It was, and it's a Rottie. So, and there's ways you can, by the way, you can correct that. So that's another thing is you can correct all that. No bonker, no firm holding up of the leash. That's all correctional. All correctional when the dog tries to bite you. Next.
Let's see. Two of a kind. So thank you. I'll take that into account. She's dog reactive, doesn't respect me all the time. I'm watching your courses to learn how to be more dominant.
Who's that? The Malinois?
The Malinois.
Get the Malinois off the couch. Get the Malinois off the bed. Kennel the dog at night. Be a proper leader. Cut down on love and affection, or you will struggle. This is not me being angry. This is me loving you so much and caring about you so much that if you have a reactive Malinois and a Malinois that does not respect you, the last place this dog should be is on the couch. This dog should be in command, being told what to do and making sure it executes those things constantly. No free roaming. You can do fancy stuff if you want to. It's whatever. It's fun to do, but that will not help reactivity. Make sure. So we've got a leash reactive course. 4 of them. We have a bundle. But you need to be badass. It's so important. You tell your dog what to do. You don't ask it. It's not a democracy. It's a dictatorship. It's a Malinois. And that's a dog you do not want to have behavioral issues with. So if you join our community, you can fully off-leash train that dog and eliminate unwanted behaviors.
And get coaching. Our community. So if you're looking at our free stuff, that's one thing. But our actual online community will dramatically help you. And you've got to execute what's in the community. Don't just watch the stuff. Some people are watching the stuff, but they're not applying the stuff. Yes. Next. Shai said, my dogs are out in the desert running free, so I don't care. They're having the times of their lives.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
anyone who has negative things to say about that. It's probably just because they can't get it.
They can't. And don't worry about anything a force-free trainer ever says. They're not worth their salt at all. They're not. They can't show any results. They just can't. And if a force-free trainer wants to make an easy $25,000, I'll put it in writing. Show me how to rehab leash reactivity. with your methods.
And not just with you, the owner has to be able
Yeah. And it can't be your dog. An owner's dog. Just pick a random dog. Just pick a dog from a shelter. There's tons of them out there. Pick a dog from a shelter and just show them. But you have to document the whole thing. I'll document it. It's no big deal. It's not that hard to do. Just document your sessions. Just press record and document your sessions. It only should take a couple sessions. So just document them. That's it. Next.
Oh, Doggy Dojo said, does it matter how good the quality of the video is? Sometimes it's really hard for me to film while I'm trying to focus on training the dog, training the person, and getting everything done.
Nope. Get a tripod. Nope. Highly edited stuff. We have some of it, but people like the raw stuff. They just want to get a flavor of how you work, how you communicate with an owner, what your style is. That's it. Set up a tripod
and mic yourselves up.
Mic yourselves up.
You can be far away from the camera, but the audio is
Or
good.
You absolutely can find anyone to hold the camera. Now, obviously, there's things that you'd want to be videotaped, but you can find someone to hold the camera or do a tripod. But you should start documenting your sessions. Absolutely. Next.
Alice said, how do you teach out for the dog to move away from humans?
We have step-by-step how-to videos on that in our community and is it Green to Graduate?
Green to Graduate.
In Green to Graduate, step-by-step how to do it. Every dog does. That's part of our baseline training. It's part of our basic program. So Green to Graduate is one of our programs. If you join our online community right now it's 50% off. You will not have to hire a dog trainer for any obedience ever. If you get this ever. Any dog will not need to hire an obedience trainer for any obedience command. Behavior mod, you'll be able to most likely do it yourself as well. And you get 26 coaching sessions a year, live, personal. Like you ask a question, I give you an answer, and we're face to face. So I see you, you see me, we can talk back and forth. 26 sessions a year you get, all included. Next.
Let's see. Keep it friendly. What is your recommendation for a client that wants their dog to come back fully trained, but does not want to be involved in the training process and is worried about using the e-collar?
That's not a client then. Well, first of all, the job is the dog comes back fully trained. The job is the owner is not involved technically in the process, but they need to be there. We have mid trainings and the go home. They've got to be willing to do the work. They have to be willing to change things. If they think that they're going to just be able to pay for a trained dog and it's going to listen to them without them doing the work, it's not going to happen. If they don't want to use the tools, by the way, just to let everybody know, you don't have to take all these clients. You can say no. You have no obligation to take a client. You're supposed to pre-screen them. And anybody that doesn't fit into your program, you tell them, good luck. There's plenty of trainers out there that'll take your money. And there's so many trainers that will take their money because they're unethical. No problem at all. But if an owner doesn't want to be involved with the go home, the post training, then that's not. Maybe if you're first starting out and you need the money, sure, go ahead. It's unethical. Tell them they're not going to get much good results. They won't. You will. Say your dog will get so great.
Right. Because those it needs to be.
It's a partnership.
It's a partnership.
It's like this. So it's like this. You're a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you have a client that they join the gym, but they never show up to any of their sessions? I guess they're not going to get in shape. Bingo. Uh-huh. Well, they paid for it. They joined the gym. They didn't participate. No. So they don't have to be there for our board and train is for 6 weeks. There's 168 hours in a week. So that's 1,000 hours of training the dog gets. Owners are there for 6 because that's all they really need. We train them, and then we're available obviously by Zoom, and most of our board and train customers go into our community and they continue to learn. But you need an invested, not just financially invested, but a truly time invested client, or else it won't work.
It's a miserable experience.
It won't work
all around that way too.
It won't work. If you trained a trick training dog and you gave it to me, fully trick trained, here, Jeff, my dog's trick trained. So if I just say like spin, it'll spin. Yep. I mean, no body movements, no slight hand gestures, no tone change. We're not training robots.
Nope.
And if the dog has a history of misbehaving with the client, it's going to probably revert back to that. And a trainer that doesn't realize that, they probably shouldn't be training dogs. Next.
True story. Oh, Doggy Dojo said Green to Graduate is my fave.
Mm-hmm.
Green to Graduate is my pride and joy.
Yep. Green to Graduate is if everybody used that for their dog,
Mm-hmm.
we'd have a different industry out there. The dogs would be so well behaved. Next.
McNabb says, howdy y'all, finally got on a live. Hello.
Hey, we're here every Monday.
Lokahi, hi J and J.
Hmm.
Is this our Lokahi in
Yeah.
Hawaii or is this a different Lokahi?
How many Lokais do we know?
I don't know, because this question doesn't seem like a Lokahi question.
Okay, well, go ahead.
What's your protocol for a severely aggressive against correction dog? I've dealt with a lot of them recently and rehab them, but I'm curious what your methods are. Lokahi knows our methods because he trained with us.
So
for months.
what our methods are, I mean, I need a little bit.
That's why I'm like, is this a different Lokahi?
For what? For correcting a dog?
That goes into defense, it sounds
Goes into
like.
defense? Oh, there's ways around that. There's ways around it. You just have to find the punisher that actually works. But what specifically, I would need, give me an example of what you're struggling with, and I'll tell you what we would do.
It could be something like your timing might just be
It
off.
could be a timing issue. It could be it might be underwhelming the dog. You could be, if the dog's going into defense, there's other punishers in other situations that you can actually be more convincing with. So let's say you're correcting for leash reactivity and the dog redirects on you. Are you correcting if the dog comes out of the kennel too fast? Maybe that. Like there's always ways to peel back that onion to get to what's an effective punisher. Then there's same correction for leash reactivity. Now the dog doesn't go into defense with. So we've got ways around everything. We have ways around everything. But if it's working for you, then kudos. But if you want help, that's what we have a mentorship program for, or an online consult. Yep. So you specifically can show me videos, you can upload videos, we can help you. Absolutely, we can help you with your skill set. Absolutely, 100%. Also, you can also bring the dog to us. So our shadow program, if you're a trainer, you can bring dogs to us during the shadow. We just had a shadow here, and he brought us 5 dogs. Each day, he brought a different dog.
Yeah, it was really great.
It was great. It was fantastic. We helped him with each dog. He already, had a good idea what he was doing, of course, before, but yeah, we helped him with each dog. Helped build up his skill sets, everything. It was fantastic. So, and owners, you can bring your dog to us for 5 days, a 5-day owner shadow, where you can work your dog every day for 5 days. We have that program here, right here in Florida. Yeah. Trainers can do it. Owners can do it.
Yeah, and you like vacation at the same time.
Yeah.
It's actually really fun. We've had a great time experimenting with this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shy said, wait, 50% off? Yes, Shy, I told you that. It's 50% off through December 2nd is when the
Is it really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Giving everyone plenty of time because I don't want to hear it. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, Black Friday community sale. Guys,
Plenty of
your
time.
life changes.
Mhm.
Your life changes. People blow $500 on
Oh my God.
on once a week for the next 5 weeks. Dinner's out. Boom, there's $500 easy.
Shy said, oof, those are the type of people that will trash your name after.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah, people can do that. My name's been trashed numerous times, thousands of times. It doesn't bother me. It's all part of being a business owner, is your name gets trashed. It's the way it is. And in this industry, it's the norm. It's the norm.
Oh, Doggy Dojo said, don't be married to a number. I stole this, but credit you from Green Graduate.
Yeah, it's okay.
Be married to a number.
Just to let you know, almost everything that comes out of most dog trainers' mouths these days came from one of my videos or seminars. Not to sound like an egotistical asshole, but it's just like, it's so blatantly obvious that people have been watching seminars. I mean, I've just been around for so long. You get some people, there are some people out there, we get emails all the time. Did so-and-so train with you? And they're like, no. They're like, they sound just like you. They watch all our videos and they copy my methods, which is fine. It's not like it's this unique thing. It's just too bad some people don't have their own flavor. Next.
I think a lot more people, it's almost like you gave people permission to be more in your face. I feel like I'm seeing more of that now.
Maybe.
But when you started showing corrections and stuff,
nobody showed correction. When I first started doing dog training in social media, people didn't show e-collars. People didn't show prong collars. I'm not sure if everybody's aware of that. Like most people today don't know life without the internet. Like people were born after the internet, showed up. Where I'll be 60 years old next month or 2 months from now. But most people didn't show e-collars in any video. They didn't even talk about e-collars on their website. It was not there at all. So we were the first. Next.
Shai said, ooh, pick me. Then they blame you and make passive aggressive posts about how dieting ruined their lives and end up fatter and worse off based on personal experience as a personal trainer.
Right. Yeah. Personal training is just as toxic as dog training.
No, I was a trainer for a decade.
It's just as toxic as
But
training.
again, with my social media, I tend to attract pretty like-minded people.
Yeah.
I don't work with people who are like, oh, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to change anything about my life.
Well, you don't take those people.
You're a non-client.
Yeah, exactly.
Dan said hi from Rhode Island.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Dan.
Don't miss Rhode Island. It's cold there.
No, not at all. Is it snow there yet? I'm going to be up there next week. I'm kind of scared.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be freezing my ass off.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Elle said, just want to say that thanks to the bonker, I've been able to vacuum for the first time in 3 years.
Wow.
My dog used to attack the vacuum.
That's
my Roomba
great.
has the battle scars.
That's great. Yeah. The bonker is fantastic. Bonker is probably one of the best bad behavior stoppers there is. Kudos to you. Congrats.
That's great.
Happy for you and your dog. And you don't have to spend money on new appliances.
And you get to vacuum.
Yep, you get to vacuum, which is therapy.
Therapy.
In Joelle's world.
Love a good vacuum sesh.
Every day.
I've gotten to the point where I vacuum our pool deck these days.
Mm-hmm.
It's so satisfying because it hasn't been raining at all. So the pool deck is staying super clean. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to vacuum the pool deck too instead of sweeping, which is like 10 more steps. Just vacuum the whole damn pool deck.
Yep, you're doing great. Proud of you.
Could eat off that thing. It's so clean.
Yeah, go right ahead.
No, because that would be a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica said, you and Sean.
Yep, it's true. We're the first.
Dan said, no snow yet, but in the 20s with wind chill.
Fuck
wow, that sounds horrible.
It must have been 85 and sunny today.
I'm going to freeze my little ass off.
Yep, you sure are.
My sister knows. As soon as I get there, she's going to have like 5 heated blankets going.
Yep.
She knows.
Yeah.
Constance said, going north, did you take my advice and get the heated jacket? I did not. Because I'm like, what's the point? I'm only there for a week.
Once a year, yeah.
I'll just bum on my sister's stuff.
Maybe rent one.
She's got plenty of gear. Sid said, no snow, Joelle, but it's windy. If you have time to come visit, unable to drive yet, loving company. I will try and come see you, Sid, actually.
You won't
I'm
even
there for like a whole week.
You don't have a car, though.
I'll use Janelle's.
Oh,
she'll let me use her car.
Got it. Yeah.
I'll text you when I'm up there. I'll try my best to stop by again.
Nice. What else we got?
That's it.
Okay, nice. Very nice. All right, everybody. Don't forget board and trains. We do those 2, 4, and 6 weeks. We've got openings pretty soon. If you want to do a shadow with your dog, if you're an owner and want to bring your dog down for 5 days, you can do that. You work 2 to 3 hours a day for 5 days straight, building your skills, solving your problems. If you're a trainer, you want to do a shadow, you can do that. You can bring clients' dogs if you want to. We've got a lot of opportunity. We have an online mentorship program for trainers. We have an online 90-day fast track troubleshooting and training for owners. So we've got a lot of intense programs out there. A lot of intense programs. All right, everyone. Everyone have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to everybody next weekend. We're also doing a live for community members tomorrow. If you're in our community, you would have gotten the link, and we just got a new dog in today from Missouri. So we just had dogs go home today from Maine,
New York,
Rochester, New York, New Hampshire.
No, Vermont.
I'm sorry, Vermont.
And then
Long Island is
Wednesday,
Thursday. And we got a dog in from Missouri today.
And the next dog's coming from what? Virginia or something?
Virginia, yeah. Virginia. So
wild.
Yep. So we get dogs from all over the country, and we got transport companies that are reliable. You hire them, but we know a couple that are very reliable. We just met a new one today. So, all right, everyone. Everyone have a fantastic week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.